Well, we've been invited here by Anna Best, as part of her project Road for the Future, which is sort of looking at the idea of the cycle path running through this part of Dorset. Anyway, what we're doing is we've brought Energy Cafe down, and for the first time ever we're going to try and get it pulled by these beautiful horses, Bonnie and Alfie. And then we're going to set up for 10 days on the Common and serve lunches, looking at local food in the area and wild food, and so all the menus will be made from what we find, and people are invited to book for those lunches. The idea is a sort of a collaboration, so people can bring ideas to the lunch menus and cooking. It's lovely to be here, it's so beautiful.
Well, I work part-time for Sustrans, and the plan is, the long-term plan is, we'll turn this railway into a traffic-free path for walkers and cyclists. And basically it starts at Maiden Newton and goes all the way down to West Bay. There's 2 bits either end are already built up as path, and we're negotiating with the landowners to get the rest of it done. You can actually walk most of it already. You can cycle it on a mountain bike already, but we want to put a nice all-weather surface down so people can use it all year round. It won't just be a marvellous tourism benefit, but it'll really benefit people living in the villages up and down here. There's only 3 buses a day down to Bridport, and in bad weather in particular it'll be a real boost to them. So that's not going to happen overnight, that's a long-term plan, but it's going to be wonderful because it avoids all the hills, all the busy roads. It'll be a great path. That's why we're here.
How did the horses do you think?
Yeah, it was alright. It was as heavy as I'd like, you know, that was enough to make them grunt a bit. Yeah.
This sign was made by a young man called Gibbs. Look at that. Arrive, because obviously we have to pack everything down.
We don't need that right now. Okay, so that's that, and that's that.
So can you tell me what you're making?
I'm making an omelette with eggs from Cop's barn, freshly laid from their hens. This is a goose egg too, but I think we're sticking with hens' eggs for this omelette. And over there I think it's Sue, and she's preparing some wild garlic that Ella and Vince harvested today from Cop's barn, and some nettles as well, and a few dandelion leaves. So it's all very local food, and we're going to be cooking it on the Henry Ranger there, which Vince has just lighted. And this is our first Powerstock omelette. We're very excited.
Yes, the spring omelette.
Exactly, yeah, symbolic of spring, the egg, of course, obviously.
I love your, how do you describe it? Is it a trailer?
Yes, it's actually originally a horse box, and we've converted it into a kitchen. So it's now a mobile kitchen, which is called Energy Cafe, and it travels around searching for food within a 6-mile radius of where it is. It's completely off the grid, so we're harnessing energy from the sun or from bicycle power and hopefully wind power in the future as well, and experimenting with different ways of preparing food without using gas or mains electricity basically. So it's a sort of self-sufficient, you know, fully self-contained, resourceful object. And hopefully other people will also be able to use it in the future, so it's a resource, you know. And everything here has been made out of recycled bits and bobs. So these doors, for example, are made out of pallets. And the designs for the whole kitchen have come from quite a few different people throughout a sort of pilot phase that we ran at Gunpowder Park, where we had nothing but the empty trailer starting completely from scratch. And we invited people to come up with different ideas. So, for example, Barry, the local man, came up with the idea for this unit that's above your head. And Mackie and Kaiser came up with the idea of having jars like this. This is a global spice rack, which we've called, was it Lazy Susie in the Sky with Spices? Yeah. And so what you see around you is a combination of many different personalities and quirky ideas, and the materials as well all have a little story. So these, for example, were found in a skip in Hackney. These are floorboards, which have now the tabletop here, and wine boxes for drawers we have over here. So every little thing has its own little story attached to it, which is the beauty of it as well. So it's truly in the spirit of collectivity, really, and community. And
how long have you been doing this for?
we started the whole process about 3 years ago, sort of getting the idea together and so on. And then the trailer we actually have had for about 2.5 years now. So yeah, it's been an ongoing process.
Are you getting out and about a lot?
Yeah, we've been based in a few different places in London, but this is the furthest we've been. We came here before in December, and this is the second time we've been. So we're sort of gradually, people are sort of sending in invitations as well as to where it can continue to go in the future, maybe to Wales, for example. So there's a lot of potential, and yeah, we'll see where it will end up. It could go anywhere really, you know.
Right, but this is Sally the power trolley, designed by Lucy Sheldon, and the idea is that it powers. We have a solar panel, and it's going to be also bike power when we need it, and we're having a wind turbine building workshop, so that will be integrated into the system. So according to what the elements, basically, we'll be able to run electricity. And there's, yeah, on the back here, you can see.
How does one get in touch?
There's, the plugs here for 12 volt and 240
I'll come and help
as well.
if I can.
We will start using it in the evenings, really, for lighting, and also if we want to run any sound from that, we can. So the idea is that there's a manual. We're making a manual so that everybody, all the things here will be kind of, you know how to do it yourself. So the idea is Energy Cafe as a demonstration as well of building it, encouraging people to do it themselves.
I think it's great. I think it's yeah, wonderful to bring people to the old railway line and yeah, make a sort of sense of community in an unexpected place like this. And it's gentle and just feels really in keeping with the place. And yeah, and lovely to hear about the stuff actually coming from London but being sourced in quite a rural kind of way, really. It's a nice fusion of things going on here. So no, I think it will be great.
There's one. Who's next? I'll just get some more glasses.